All right, we are golden.
All right, everybody, we are excited. You can see the faces that were on kind of that Zoom image. So, powerhouse leaders, incredible people that I love and trust, and I know you do as well. And so, first off, I'm Stephanie and Joel Dunn. Um, Things are different. And so that's what we wanted to come on the Zoom. So I think there's some questions, some of you got on the Zoom earlier with Mark and what's going on with the merge. And so it the main thing I want you guys to hear and to know and is to see we're here. Okay. Like that's the thing is I think people might be like fish out of water, like, what do I do? Um w- uh, I think that's fair.
Hmm.
So we have had the chance. I've known this for a week. So I feel like I've had a little bit to process. So some of you, welcome to the Zoom. If this is your first Zoom and you're like, what's going on? Like, I don't know where I'm at. So if you join and it works, we're now merging with a company called Zinzino. So you might want to, I know Christy's been great at putting that in chat. So if anybody wants to put in the name of the company of what we're going to be, what we're moving forward to. So I've had probably all the emotions, and I know these leaders have too, of like, wow, some have had a little bit longer than others. And I want you guys to know that this is all normal. But I also, if you can, drop a one in the chat if you're okay with me sharing truth and honesty with you of what I'm feeling. And it,
Now they want straight lies and
yeah, no.
deceit and not the real.
I mean, mine and Joel's heart has always been we will do always what we feel is right and lead you the best that we can to not only help you with your business, but your life. That is what we want for you. We always want the absolute best. And so I go back to people are like, okay, are you going anywhere? What are you doing? What do you think of the company? Like, I think I've had every question asked that I possibly can. And I want you to know how I know that this is exactly what was supposed to happen. Does anybody need to know, okay, this is a confirmation. Like I need to know this. So 16 and a half years ago, I was not looking for it works. I was praying for something. I was not looking for it works at all. I was not looking for what I thought would be this
Yeah, we
company.
were looking for a way out of food lines and bankruptcy,
And
honestly.
God's always funny, right? He always is funny like that. He's got a sense of humor. I can't wait to be in heaven to ask all of these questions. But it works fell into our laps, not because I was looking for the company or looking or saying,
In all honesty, she didn't want to do anything network marketing related. So the fact that it was this was kind of laughable for her.
yeah. And so I was like, okay, that's funny. I guess I'll just try, not thinking a whole lot of it. And you guys know the story. Here we are, 16 and a half years later, still, we were still with the same company. And so for me, I was like, we've seen some people, maybe this is your first network marketing company and you've never experienced other companies or seen other things, and that's okay too. Because I think the longer that you're around this, the more that you might hear this. And so what I want you to know is I'm loyal. I love you. I will go to bat for you. I know these leaders on the call will do the same thing. I know that God's plan, he's got me no matter what that is. And so I trusted that process. I was like, okay, I'll go into this, and here we are 16 and a half years later. So as we got off the call with Ori and had time to process it, I'm always like, God, I just need a really big sign. Like I need something, not just a little one.
Anyone ask for big signs?
We've been praying for that for like a year. The direction of the industry is different. It's changing, it's evolving. Who's going to be the first to just really hold on to and grasp a new way of doing things? And so we're constantly thinking of that. What's going to be trending before anybody else? Can nobody else get it? So all these things. And so we had been praying, like we just want to lead you the best we can. And so that you can have the best opportunity for your family, not only for your health, but also your finances. We want all of that. I think you said that earlier that God isn't just one or the other. He has more and above, or however you said that. And so as I was on a call today, I said to Joel, I was like, oh my gosh, I just said this out loud and I'm going to share this tonight. I was not looking to go to another company. I did not come into this out of a fear. It is what God's plan was for this company, for this time all along. I have chills because there's also a couple other signs, but I said, Joel, there's been people that have dangled other companies in our face. We've been flown in. I will always be open to listening and to opportunity. How do I know this is right? Because this was not brought to me out of fear. This is, Lord knows that I'm going to do the right thing and will be rewarded if you stand this way. You are loyal, you love your people, you're going to do the right things. And the only way that we're going to ever have to do that is we're going to have to drop another company's name in there for you to ever, think about leaving based out of fear. So that is how I feel so good about it is I I wasn't looking.
Here's the thing, guys. Everything can be looked at through two lenses. You can look at things through opportunity lens or a fear-based lens. And either which one of those you look through, you will have.
Mhm.
That is true in life. I've been going to some incredibly large masterminds with people that make 100x what we make, and every single one of them have a positive abundant mindset. They're like, there is more than enough pie to go around. There's not a slice of pie for people. Everybody has the ability to be their own chef and make the amount of pies that they want.
Mhm.
And that's why we love this industry. But I want people to understand, however you look and what lens you look through, that is what you're going to get. So I would say put on the rose colored glasses, the opportunity colored glasses, the positivity glasses, put your excitement pants on and get ready to run, because that's what's going to happen when you do that.
So I know that we're going to have Christy share. We're going to kind of go down and go, what are the good things? Because we've had time to go pros, cons, look at all of the things. And I see a lot of good things. So that's what excites me. Joel is a nerd, ingredients, all of the things. And so when he saw that it was a test-based nutrition line, that is where the future is going. Like we are excited about that. Nobody has that. I want to see this. Maybe you guys can raise your hand or drop it too. Who has heard of Zinzino? Drop a two if you've actually heard of the company.
Wow, like 5 people. That's that's impressive, because guess what that means? We're all gonna be rich.
So when I got on a Zoom earlier today, I said, have you ever heard of this? And they said no. And I'm like, do you understand the opportunity you have? Do you understand the opportunity that you have? Yes, we still have It Works products. So if you love that, we're still going to have that. It's still going to be under our umbrella. But now we have a new name that people are going to be like, what are you doing? What is that? And oh my gosh, we just merged. This is the best thing because I get all of the greatest things that I've wanted. And so I'm excited for that. Joel's always know kind of the future of where things are going. So we're going to be on the forefront of that because we're in no competition with anybody. You're in competition with yourself because you can either hold yourself back or you can just run and you can go for it. So I am excited about that. I think we're end on that, but I really wanted you guys to hear that how we came about It Works and how this came about, because I think that for me, I needed a confirmation. And then the one last thing that I'll say before I have these girls come on is another one was when we actually had Orion with us, didn't know the company because Joel's watched it and heard of it, but I didn't know necessarily their product. I get my numbers checked, blood work done all the time. And we I had my numbers done in November, got my blood work done. Everything looks good, especially like I do all my cancer numbers. So you guys, I'm like really like you take my blood, a lot of blood, and do all the things because I'm all about health. I was not gonna pay. This was not on my radar. So I had my blood work done. We went over everything, and my doctor was like, you're really good. Everything's great. You're doing so good, but we really need to work on your omegas. And I was like, okay, what do I need to take? Fine. Didn't think anything of it until we got on the call with Ori, and the first product that he talks about and that you can be tested for is an omega. I don't think that that was a coincidence. I looked at Joel and I was like, because he knows that I need a sign. So you can borrow my sign if you need a sign, because I just needed a confirmation. Am I going to be leading people in the right direction? Am I going to stand behind something that I fully believe in, because I'm not half in? I'm going to be all in, and I'm going to run, and I want you guys to get us in front of everybody. Like, that is what I'm excited about. So I am excited about that. So those are the little like God winks. If you believe in all that, I absolutely am like, thank you, Lord. This is what I needed. So maybe one of you tonight needed to hear that, because you're going to have people come and swoop in and go, oh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay with what's going on? Yeah, we're okay with what's going on. And you're about to either watch what happens or you're going to join in, and you better get in now, because I'm telling you, I've seen this before. So I'm excited for that. So Christy, I know some of the questions that you've asked, but really I want you to share what you're excited about, kind of some of the things that stood out to you. And you guys are probably going to get sick of our faces, because you're going to see a lot of Zooms, a
All
lot.
right. Hello, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get to some of the pinpoint stuff, but I love money, and you guys can share in the chat if you also love money and you want to make more of it. But drop a one, you guys, if you love the It Works products. Like, you love them. I love the It Works products, okay? But drop a two if you have felt like, why can't I get these people ordering them for longer than a couple months? Like, I love them. I'm passionate about them. What the crap, right? Like, it was just one of those pain points where the truth is that our products are friggin' amazing, but we just had that rough time of getting it to a year, to 2 years, to beyond that. And, we're kind of at that point where we had our customers ordering for less than 2 months. And it was hard for us to understand, because we love the products, right? Like, we're like, I don't get it. What's going on? This company that we are merging into, that we are becoming, you guys, I have prayed a lot, just like Joel and Steph. Like, I'm like, Heavenly Father, like, tell me what to do, how to do it. I'm going to lead my team to the end of the earth. I will fight tooth and nail to help them be successful, all of the things. But that was always a pain point that I was like, how do I make that happen? This company, Zinzino, their average customers, you guys, are 6 to 8 months, if not lifetime. He actually said on one of the calls, he said, sometimes our customers cancel because sometimes our customers' orders decline because their cards expire. I was like, what? I was like, because they expire? And so for me, that is factual. That is facts. That is their average customer order. Now imagine if your customers that you have worked hard and brought in ordered for 4, 5, 7 times longer than what they currently are. That is money. Like, that is multiplying your income. Another thing too is I have not, like, I'm going to be honest, you guys, my brain does not work with a lot of this has been a lot, like, it's been a lot of new, but man, when I have dug into the product, and Aaron can share a little bit more about that, but when I've dug into the product, I'm like, this is everything. We are so small in the United States right now. It's about 8 to 10 million. It's very large in other countries, but we are small in the US, and we need this product to literally change people's lives. And that alone will make you passionate when you use it. You gain a testimony of it. Your team gains a testimony of it. Your customers gain a testimony of it. And what do you do when you love something and people cannot shut up about something that they love, right? And that is what this product is. It's truly going to revolutionize the industry. A couple of other things that I love, besides the fact that the customer retention is off the freaking charts, is multiple trips a year. Like, I am very blue, red, green with some things. Like, I'm a little yellow with everything. I'm a little bit of everything. But their company right now in March is going to Bali. I was like, take me to Bali, sign me up, right? So it sounds so simple and so funny, but it's those little things that just make me so dang excited. And what I really challenge you guys all to do is be students over this next month of the compensation plan. Like a big question that I've gotten, how are you going to work your business over the next month? I'm going to work it the same. I'm still signing my It Works customers. I'm still building my business. Okay. But something that I'm doing is I'm learning the compensation plan. You can put it into ChatGPT to simplify it for yourself. Another thing that they shared as well is, and I know that you guys have heard this, but It Works at our peak was a little bit less than 800 million. Okay. And like, we had black diamonds popping and it was so freaking crazy. Right now in Norway, there's about 2% of the population that is taking this test and using this product. Okay. If you did that in just the US alone, we would be a $1.4 billion company in the US alone. That is double than what we have ever been at our highest. That is the vision I see. I love our products, but I also know that I want my team to make the most money and change the most lives with the products. And this is going to freaking explode our lives. And for me, it's like, whoever wants to come with me, let's freaking go, because I see how many of you guys would have liked to have been Joel and Steph 20 years ago with the rack? Like, I've been in for 13 years, but I kind of started like right after that first initial boom. And I still have made almost $5 million. Okay. But this is a flagship product in the US and in a lot of other countries. So I know there's other people from other countries on here, but like, I'm in the US, so I'm like, flagship product, unheard of, and unlike anything else out there. And to me, that's like opportunity of a lifetime. But I got to keep my integrity. I got to stick with my team. I still get to have the same It Works products for my current customers that they can still order, but I get an enhanced compensation plan and I get a flagship product literally handed to me. Okay. So Aaron, are you available? He did want to share, Steph, just a little bit. I don't know if you can unmute him. Babe, why don't you just come in here?
Oh, where is he? Joel's looking for him.
Yeah, he's under Dubs because he
Yeah,
thinks it's
I got to
cool.
get to the D's.
He's got to be all like
He's just gonna come over here.
There he is.
There you go. All right, you can take my spot.
I guess I'm Christy now. I was gonna pretend like I didn't even know her. I was gonna ask if she was available. What's up, ladies? There's some guys on here too, aren't there?
We do.
All right, well, Joel, you and me. It sucks going third because I feel like so much has already been said. But I mean, I'm looking at you girls and I see that every single one of you love rom-coms. Looks like every single one of this group on here has seen No Notebook like 2 or 3 times. But let me ask you a question. How many of you guys believe in love at true sight? And like, what does this even have to do with what I'm talking about? It Works in Zinzino, guys. That is love at first sight. That is true love. It is what we need. Like, our weaknesses are complemented by their strengths, and their strengths are and their weaknesses are complemented by our strengths. What we bring to this company is the ability to sign customers and the ability to sign distributors. Hang on one second. That's because we have 2 iPads. We're in different rooms. So our ability to sign customers and distributors and their ability to help us keep them and, changing that mindset in our company is going to do for your business what you haven't seen done ever in the history of this company. I'm talking about retention that we have dreamed of. I'm talking about volume that you get paid on. I'm talking about having a dream to have people underneath you who are making big dollars. People who can make life-changing money, who can, use that money to do the million things that we need to do in our life. And I know it's not all about money. I know a lot of us are here because we're here to help other people. I know a lot of us are here because we love the products. But to be honest, guys, without money, it's really hard to serve other people and it's really hard to bring other people up. Zinzino from the beginning, it's a mix of emotions. We are sad because we have had an amazing 13 years working It Works as we do. But we are so excited because It Works is going to continue to live on in Zinzino through every single one of us. Okay. We are excited because of the opportunity that's presented for us right now. We're excited because of the products that we have. And I could go into the products. I'm a lot like Stephanie. Last year, I started doing my blood work. I'm 36 years old. I feel healthy. I have good energy. I thought I was healthy. And I started doing blood work last year. And come to find out, everything isn't what it appears to be. And my cholesterol, my omega levels were way off. I actually started taking, kind of like Stephanie, I started taking omegas last year because I want to get some things balanced out. And as we learn about the products, guys, you are going to, I mean, you could just put into Google search and there are tons of peer-reviewed scientific articles, US government articles that talk about the balance of omega-3s and 6s, what happens if you don't have a good balance of omega-3 and 6s, chronic inflammation, and all the wonderful things that come with that. And you will go down a rabbit hole and you will quickly realize that this is one of the number one products that is needed in our country, in Western civilization. Um, it is something that every single person needs. This is a product that is on the forefront of all MLM companies. It's a product that, nobody else really has and that is bigger than even the wrap will be. I mean, Joel and Stephanie coined the phrase, that crazy wrap thing. I don't know what we're going to come up with this next one, but it's going to be fantastic and we're going big. So that's what I have to add. And, I'll pass it on to whoever's next.
Here, you can write this. I won't claim it, but we're gonna do this. Test, don't guess.
Test, don't guess.
Heard
Test,
that.
make
I was like,
nutrition.
once you know what you need, you're never gonna go back to something that you don't know, right?
And once you know it works, you
Right.
keep ordering it forever. All right,
That's right. Well, I'd love that you get to share too. But Amanda, can you unmute? Yeah, you can.
All right. Hi, guys. This is all such good information, and I'm just so excited. And I feel like we're kind of, because we have known for a little bit of time, I feel like I'm at that phase where I'm just so excited. I'm ready to go now. And so, if you guys are feeling like this, you're just hearing about this maybe for the first time or throughout the day. And you're just now hearing about this and you have all of these emotions, I will tell you guys that's so normal and it's okay to have those emotions. It's okay to feel overwhelmed with this. It's okay to feel, like all of this came at once and you want answers and all this stuff. But I will promise you guys this. The more that you guys dive into this, and I'm praying after this Zoom, you guys feel so much more equipped and confident that this is the most incredible thing for our company to do, the most incredible thing for us to do moving forward. I truly pray that for you guys because, again, this is a big move, right? Especially for a lot of us who have been, even if you just started, right? This is a big move. But I will tell you, hopefully, you guys can have some faith in. I've been doing this for 12 years, Christy for 13. Joel and Steph for like a million. So like hopefully you guys can really trust the fact that your guys' top, like we're in the top 5 income earning brackets, been with It Works for so long that you can trust if we are truly, genuinely so excited for this and that we know that this is the best of the best move for our entire company, that you guys will be fully on board as well. But I did write down a few things, you guys, because truly, when we were on this Zoom, Christy and I think the first things that we text each other when we were on the Zoom with them is this is what we've been praying for. Because truly we've been praying for growth. We've been praying for expansion every single day. I pray over our team and our company that the Lord please like bless us indeed and enlarge our territory. And this is how the Lord is blessing us. And so I have goosebumps. I'm just so excited for this, you guys. But I did write down a few things. So number one, we've been praying for this. And even though it looks in a different way, this is the best way God could ever reward our faithfulness, you guys. And so two incredible companies emerging. And I loved how Mark put it. If you guys have not seen his post that he did today, go read it after this because he put it so perfect, like so well written, but truly two incredible companies merging together, locking arms together, one mission. and that's to change other lives. Two powerhouse companies coming together and changing lives together. And I love what Erin said is that we complement each other, right? They're also faith based. And so I love that everything just aligns so perfectly. I wrote this down that two, and actually I was talking to one of my leaders that it were two companies becoming one. And I found this scripture and I'll put it in the chat after this, but it says two are better than one because they have good return for their labor. It says a cord of three strands is not quickly broken. What does that mean? It means it means them, plus God. So you plus them plus God is unshakable. So it works plus our new company, right, is unshakable. And so new it works plus Zinzino is unshakable. And so I just love that so much. And so it's just everything aligns so perfectly. But I wanted to share a few things, you guys. If you guys have been feeling a little bit like, okay, I just want the direction of where we need to go, I just wanted to share a couple of things, you guys. So this creates more multiplication, credibility, opportunity, sustainability, where it reaches global. So many different countries that we have available to us. So the reach is stronger. So that means that there's more opportunity. And when there's more opportunity, then that means that there's more money to be made. So we're the same mission. We're just refined strategy. And this is a fresh season. So if you guys on here, and I know that this can come, and probably a handful of people on here are like, man, I want my paychecks to be up. Like I've been struggling. But if you have felt burnt out, if you felt stressed, if you felt so like, just like you don't know what direction to go in, you guys, this is a fresh season for you. If you felt paralyzed, if you felt like, man, I just want more, but it's not working, this is a fresh season. And so this allows you, I put down, it's a re-entry like moment. It's a time for you that you don't have to now, start all over or start from. We're literally taking an incredible established company and we're just merging right in there with them. And so that's what's just so amazing is that this is a re-entry moment for so many people, so many of you guys who may feel burnt out and you didn't know what direction to go in. And now God and our company has given us this next direction to go into. The other thing, you guys, is we're like the Zinzino is such an established company, you guys, very well known and or not well known, but just grown in 50 different countries. And so in the US, like Christy said, it is so small. People don't even know about us. So us coming in, and Canada, us coming in, you guys, it's like we're at ground zero on an established company. How incredible is that? So just like what Steph said, like she's seen this happen before, and this is the time to be in. This is the time to lock arms and go on. And it's okay, like I said, it's okay to do things scared. It's okay to do things overwhelmed. Somebody put in the chat, I feel overwhelmed. That's okay. I always say overwhelming is not a bad thing, but we have to work through it because that's how you get to that growth. And when I did first hear about this, you guys, I was a little bit, I was taken back and I was overwhelmed and I did feel certain strong emotions, all good ones, but also some mixed emotions, sadness and all this stuff. But then it kept like when I was on the very first Zoom, what I kept hearing is number one, this is what we prayed for. But number two, this is how we grow. Because we can't grow in comfort. We can't grow in doing the same thing over and over and over again. In order to grow, to get to that next level, we have to do it by change. And that does mean it can be a little scary, but that's not a bad thing because that produces growth. So I'm so excited to be at that ground floor. I'm grateful, and I'm grateful for Coach, for Mark and Cindy to give us this opportunity because they very well could could have gone a different path, but they decided to bless It Works, the legacy, and we get to bring that in to Zinzino. We get to, somebody asked me today, what are we bringing over besides our products? And I'm like, we're bringing over our culture. We're bringing over our faith. We're bringing over our heart. We're literally bringing over our entire company, and we're going to expand Zinzino in the best way. Those other countries are literally going to be like, who is this US group? Like they're going to be so shocked by how we enroll. We are such hardworking people. And now we have this company with this incredible opportunity to allow us to get to that next level. So
I'm
where am I
I'm gonna
focusing on? Oh,
I'm just gonna pause you real quick
okay.
because I'm seeing this chat. I'm going to give you guys your next Zoom for tomorrow. So we have the president of the US. He's going to do a Zoom for us tomorrow to give you the basics. We're still building you guys here to finish the month end. We're just want you to see, hey, this is what's going to be transferring. So I just wanted to make sure you guys see that in the chat. Sorry, Amanda.
Perfect. No, that's good. I just want to say this really quickly, you guys, because it is so. I've had so many questions of, well, where are you focusing? What are you doing right now? And here's what I will tell you guys. My focus is being so loud on socials right now on what we have our hands on, because there's some noise out there and we have to tune out the noise and be so much louder. So what do we have over here? That's what I'm going to be focusing on. The other thing is, you guys, is I'm just going to be focusing on what's on the table now. How can we finish out February? We have these bonuses that we can get, the live well bonuses, the rank ups. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on, is still enrolling like normal this month and next month. And then March is when it all really ties in. And then also, you guys, just like what Chrissy said, I'm being a student of the business every day. How cool is it that we have been in this for different years, all of us, but we all get to be like learning this together. And I think that is the coolest thing ever. So we get to be students together. So I'm going to be learning. And here's the other thing is, I'm going to learn, and it's okay if I get a little overwhelmed, because I have the most gratitude in my heart. And I know for a fact that this is like exactly where we're supposed to be. And so it's okay to feel a little overwhelmed, but you have to work through that. You have to talk about it. You have to ask your questions, but do not let it pull you down. Do not let it, take you out or paralyze you, because that can happen. So do not let it. Be so excited about this incredible opportunity, you guys, that this is going to take us to that next level. So
I love
that's all I have for y'all. I'm so excited.
Okay, I'm gonna have you jump on. And really, we didn't go over everything that we're like, oh, share this. I just want you guys to see this. We're still gonna answer this. We're still It Works. We're still gonna have the It Works products, but the news and Say No Name starting in I'm gonna say now, but then in March, that's the official when you'll have everything all under one. So it's like the best of both worlds. So if you love your It Works and that's what you want to build on, you're going to be able to do that. More Zooms will come along the way. Okay. So we'll teach you all of that, because I want to keep it simple and not feeling overwhelmed. And that's why we're going to start this week by giving you little bits so you're not overwhelmed. Okay, Rach, what are your thoughts? And the reason that I wanted you, I was like, she's just
Come
gonna,
on.
yeah, she's gonna say straight fire. So you gotta share your truth.
Ooh, share my truth. I like doing that. Hi, everyone. If you have no idea who I am, my name is Rachel Wiggum, and I'm an ambassador diamond here. And man, my truth. So I have a little different perspective. If you guys don't know, y'all might not even know who Cammie is, bro. Cammie Pentecost is like my best friend, okay, and that's Mark's daughter. So the Pentecosts are like legit my family. Like my kids called them Papa, and like they're like family. And that happened through It Works, like God divine. Like it happened through Jesus. I wasn't out here checking for Cammie. God did it. Okay. So I have maybe a different perspective, because like some of y'all knew about Mark, but I've known about Mark a long time when it happened, because he's family, right? And so a lot of people don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And you also may not understand the heart of the people who steward the company, if that makes sense. And so knowing the heart of them, not that they're perfect people, because they're not. Let's be clear, I'm not saying that. But they have the heart for us, and they also seek God's face. And if y'all don't know about you guys, but the spiritual aspect of the business is probably one of the most important components for me. It's what gives me the strength to be able to go the distance and do what I do. I don't believe that you can do this business without faith. And I know a lot of people get to know Jesus. I always say that we are ambassadors for Christ by way of It Works. And so that was one of the biggest things for me. But here in the news, my husband and I, we just lost our grandmother this past week. And so we were already overwhelmed with that. And then coming into this, it was crazy. as this morning, just an overwhelming feeling of peace. But I don't know if you guys have been seeking God's face for your business. And if you haven't, then you wouldn't understand. You would have no idea because you haven't been praying for nothing. You haven't been in expectation for anything. You haven't understood what 2015 through whatever year was and how God said he would do bigger. You know, he said he would do more, but not fully understanding how God was going to do that or how it was going to shift and happen. So this is what God gave me. Anybody married? Drop me in the comments if you are married. Well, and this doesn't necessarily mean that you changed your name, but just walk with me. My maiden name is Williams. Okay, y'all probably had no idea. And actually, when I started It Works, I was not married. My name was Rachel Williams. Do I still, my grandparents still hold the name Williams. Like, Williams is still a part of who I am. Like, I'm still a part of the Williams family. Like, you're never taking that away from me. But my married name is Wiggum. And I'm also a part of that family. Does that make sense? And so, despite the fact that I am a Williams, still, I carry the Wiggum name. Does that make sense? And so that is what you're doing. You can't take It Works out of, once It Works becomes a part of who you are, it will never be removed, which is why all these people go to these different companies and they yearn for It Works because they were never It Works, right? We are It Works, period. And so as we are bringing this culture over to this other company, they desire who we are and what Mark has built here at It Works. It is a desire. And so as we are going over to the other side, we're not losing It Works. Like, let's be clear, like y'all getting caught up on the details. Again, Amanda may say, because it is overwhelming. And so you need a moment. You really need a woosah. You need to go grab your journal. You need to go pray about it, like all those different things. But then you also have to trust that God has your right intention at heart. How many of you guys feel like God called you to It Works? Like, drop a one. Did you feel called? Like, you felt like God, like it was called? Clearly, I've been here 12 and a half years. There's been a lot that's happened in 12 and a half years that I don't necessarily have to be at It Works, but I felt called to It Works. So if you felt called to It Works, how about you trust the leadership that God has placed us under? And I know that may be like, ooh, yes, yes. Trust the leadership that God has placed us under. And if you don't, then you're not in right standing anyway. And so right now, let's focus on the fact that God has given us a blessing. And right now we're going, you don't know, you have no idea. His ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. And shout out to my woman at the well, because we're reading Job right now. And clearly Jesus has started talking, and I want to be like, he's checking Job. Okay. And it's getting on my nerves how he's checking Job. He's like, all right, so do you know about the ostrich? Like, did you make them? Like, what are you talking about? You're not gonna understand what I'm doing anyway. And so you're not gonna understand. But I bet you when you get that check in April, when you get that check in May, when you get that check in June, I'm gonna end with this, okay? I'm in with this. I'm green when it comes to my money, like I am. I don't know about y'all. So my colors are red, green, but I am green when it comes to my money. And their number one income earner is making $8 million a year. $8 million a year. And he is the third highest paid person in network marketing, period. So I'm just like, just show me how to do that. Like, if you could just give me 1 million a year, like that's all I'm talking, because we are It Works. And so where your focus goes, grows. So if you focus in the right direction, allow God to be God and figure everything else out.
Okay. Is anybody else
We'll just
excited?
drop a mic right there. That's great fire.
I love that analogy, Rachel. Thank you. That is exactly what I was like. I know that you'll just shoot straight, and everybody on here, we're going to trust this process and all of the things. And then Jess, like, I feel like we did a good job of bringing you in a little bit of all different ages. And because you're going to have these questions. So it's okay. So Jess, give us kind of your little synopsis of what you're thinking and what you heard moving forward. She should be able to. Did you not? Hold on. Did Joel not unmute you?
Hold on.
Right there.
Thank you, man.
co-host.
Yeah, you should be there. I don't know why you're not on there.
I don't know either. She's like, let me
I
in.
know. My goodness. You're up.
Okay, you should be good now, Jess.
Okay, here I am. Hi guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited too. There's so many God winks that you've heard through everyone's stories. Drop a 2 if you've felt them. I'm gonna share mine because I think it's really powerful. But towards the middle of last year, I would say the summertime, I started praying. I started praying for an answer. I started praying for the Lord to expand our path so more could come with us. I prayed for the Lord to make things simpler for us, for Him to continue to bless our efforts. But I prayed so many prayers over my team, over my business, over this company. And it was about October when I got an answer. And the answer was, it's not going to make sense. I had prayed this over and over and over and over and over again with no answer. And then one day I got done praying and the thought came to me, it's not going to make sense. And so from October, I had been running with that. And I had told a couple girls on my team, I had told my husband TJ about it. It's not going to make sense. Whatever it is, it's not going to make sense. I know something's coming. It's just not going to make sense. And so whenever I got the call last night and this is what we were told, I'm like, this does not make sense. This is it. It was everything that we prayed for. And the more that you kind of get comfortable with all of this, the more that you'll realize nothing is changing. Everything is just being elevated. The only thing really changing is our name. And I don't even think of it. I love like Rachel, I love that what you said. It's like I'm getting a new name. You know what I mean? When I got married, I got a new name too, but I'm still Jessica Wireman to my core. And so our name is obviously being elevated. Our comp plan is being elevated. We're having extra products come in. It's no different than if we went to conference in 2 weeks and they gave us new products and they elevated our comp plan. It's the rest is the same. In fact, the rest is better. We now have a global reach that we didn't have before. I don't know about you guys, but for all my girls who work, TikTok and Instagram Reels, drop a 2 in the chat if you have to turn people away almost on a daily basis because we don't ship there. It's a daily basis. I actually have a text replacement saved that says, I'm so sorry we don't ship there, but as soon as we do, I'll let you know. Because I have to turn people away on a daily basis. And now I can go through and I can search those countries and I can be like, hey girl, by the way, I told you I'd let you know. I'm letting you know now. And I'm just so excited of how this can expand our business on top of what we already do. I wrote letters to a lot of my leaders at the beginning of this year. In every single letter, I told them that 2025 built the foundation and 2026 is when God's going to build the mansion. And that's exactly what He's doing through this merger. It's no different than, like I said, if we went to conference and they gave us new products and a better comp plan, everything else is the same. It's just better. And one of the analogies that I was giving one of my girls is like, we've been driving like a 1992 Honda Civic with like a bumper kind of, falling off, but like she runs good, right? But now God just put us in like a G-Wagon or a Ferrari or like whatever you want to say. So there's going to be new bells, there's going to be new whistles, but at the end of the day, the way that you drive it is still the same. It still runs. You still have to put your foot on the gas. You still have to, mind you, I didn't say it was a Tesla, so you still have to drive that baby yourself. But we just got upgraded to a whole nother level. Have to throw Mark in there. But don't be fearful. Be excited. I love what Joel said at the beginning of this Zoom. You can choose to look at this through the lens of fear or the lens of optimism. Either way, what you choose is what you're going to get. And I imagine like everything the way that I think about things, the way that I work my business, the way that I speak about things, I think about the Lord saying, okay, your wish is my command. So if I'm going into this fear base, your wish is my command. But if I'm going into this like, oh, their number one income earner makes $8 million a year. And like, Rachel, give me $1 million. The Lord, your wish is my command. And I know that is going to happen for all of us. And I know that, our corporate team is amazing and they've been saying over and over and over again, this is God's company. And you can feel this, like you can feel this. And I'm so grateful that we have this opportunity. I want you to know that like, nothing is really changing that deep. Like here in a couple of months, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, whoa, that really wasn't that big of a deal. Like I just learned a few new bells and whistles that are actually way better than my 1992 Honda Civic. This G-Wagon is way better. It has so many bells and whistles that I didn't have before, and now I can, drive more, or I can do more. I can bring more with me, and just look at it as the blessing that it is, because it is just that. And just knowing that Mark is still, a part of our, company still, a part of our hearts, obviously. And then the last thing that I kind of wanted to touch on is, keep seeing in the comments like, oh, the name's changing, the name's changing, the name's changing. I love It Works. Like I would get it tattooed on my forehead. But the thing is, so many years of people speaking poorly about it has given it a bad rep when it never deserved that. And now we get the opportunity to start fresh with a new name. And I saw a comment in the chat that was like, "Oh, how am I going to let my audience know?" Here's the thing. My audience doesn't need to know that the name changed. They don't need to know that we have new products. I mean, I'm going to say that they don't need to know that the comp plan changed. Like, I'm not going to make this some big fiasco. I'm just going to keep working my business the way that I have, and then I'm just going to elevate with new products. Like today, my husband TJ, he's like, "I'm so excited. Imagine all the people that we can go follow up with, telling them, hey, I know last time, wasn't the best time, but we just launched this new test space, like gut health program or Omega program," and just giving them a little bit of info about that. You say test space to someone, oh my gosh, like they're sold. Like you don't even have to do anything. They're sold. And just thinking about like brainstorming ways that you can do that, but still knowing the core of what you're doing isn't going to change. You're still going to drive the car just as you drove your car at It Works. I would encourage you to put your foot on the gas a little bit more, because I know that it will pay off. But just go into this so excited. I know that God would not steer us in the wrong direction. All of us have been so faithful. I know Mark and Cindy have been so faithful. I know the Alcalas have been so faithful. Our leadership here, like how many places can you go where their leadership is, over 10 years that they've been with the company, loyal and serving each and every single day? Very few places. And we have that here, and it's so special. And I'm so excited.
I love that. We did not answer all of your guys' questions, but I want you guys to know this. I'm going to create the Zoom for tomorrow so we can give you little snippets of like learning. Still continue to do what you do, because we had this conversation with our the president of the US North America, is everything that we do will count towards when they shift over. So you're not losing anything, you're gaining. All this is going to be good. So how am I going to incorporate all of that? I'm still going to go, if you're going for your $200, $500, still go for that. But then everything that we've done will be rewarded. It's not going to go away. So that's a huge thing. So I want you to know that tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, will be kind of a 90-second presentation. You'll hear the test, don't guess, the future is the test based. So you're going to get a little bit more of who would love a 90-second presentation that you can give to a doctor or a teacher or anyone. We're going to make it so simple for you guys that you feel like I can just send them this and give them the right information. The next thing that we want, that it's important to me, was the systems and the training. You're going to get that. So following up Wednesday, this will be an open Zoom to everybody that wants to learn on their customer. If you don't even want to build distributors, and you can just build a customer base and what that looks like, and how many ranks you can go up with just customers alone. That will be for everybody. Then kind of the next one would be, so that's Wednesday, then Wednesday right after, I'll get the timing on that, but Emerald and above. So if you're an Emerald and above and you want a little bit more, like I really want to build the business, or you're like ready for that next level, we're going to give you that. Don't want to overwhelm you. Okay. Like that's the last thing I want to do. I want to get your all of your questions answered. Me and Christy and Amanda, we've been in chats. I think all of you leaders have as well. Be patient with us too. Give us grace. I feel good. I'm not worried. So I want you guys to know that if we don't know the questions, we'll get those answered. I've already sent over a ton of questions. I also want you to understand this. We can go in and put in and ask and search things. There's still people that don't even do It Works that are still number one. Cami has been not number one for It Works for, I don't even know, like 7 or 8 years. It's still showing that. So if you start searching some things and you're like, well, they said this, you can always ask again and get it from the person, not just an article that maybe popped up. So that's kind of where people will start to throw things at you. And just know that we've done our due diligence as well over this last week. Otherwise, I wouldn't be on the Zoom. I can tell you that I wouldn't be here. So that's the date. I will get you the images, ladies. I love you and appreciate you because you speak the truth. We're not going to sugarcoat it and tell you something if we don't believe in where we're going. So thank you guys for being patient and knowing all of this didn't really help, like give you tips or tricks or something to do your business tonight, but being excited for the new doors that you have. And then I'll have Joel.
Guys, here's the thing. You don't have to do anything different with your business. You're still doing it works. You're still getting customers. You're still getting people healthy. You're still getting people involved in a business opportunity that can change their life. Nothing changes. Nothing changes for the next 30 days. Nothing changes for the next 12 months because you still have the ability to run your business exactly how you are running it now. You will just have the option on March 1st to expand your business far beyond what you are currently available to share, which is dollar signs, dollar signs, dollar signs, dollar signs.
All right, I'm going to have you close it out in prayer because we all been praying a lot. So I want you guys, we're going to end this with prayer tonight.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this amazing group of world changers that are getting an even bigger stage to have even greater impact and greater influence through this merger. God, I just ask that you would bless everybody, give them a sense of peace, a sense of focus, bring people into their lives that are going to need these products and need this business because we know that you've given us a mission to change lives and do incredible things for your kingdom through this business. Ask that you would bless them this week. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, I'll get you guys the image. And then for those of you who want to drop on, we'll see you tomorrow. Love y'all.
See ya.